Thank you. Welcome, warriors. Welcome, champions. You guys are here for a purpose. You guys are here for a reason. God has you in this very moment, and it is a very special moment. So everything that the speakers will be saying, everything that you guys are praying for us, we're praying for you. We can literally change the world. Someone told me that when I was a kid. They said, you can change the world. I was born and raised on the Crow Reservation in Montana, where that was not a reality, that you never saw that. You never seen anybody go on to do anything great. And when someone told me that, they told me enough, there was a spark of hope. There was enough hope for me to believe in that. And I want to share a little bit with you today about the vulnerable. The vulnerable, there's a lot of communities all around the world that are vulnerable communities. But I want to share with you a perspective from a Native American, from a reservation. And so hopefully some of these things will be helpful for you to just see in a different way, to be able to see in a different perspective. There's a lot of confusion that's wrapped around Native America. There really is, and for good reason. In our history books, we would read about the Native Americans, and most of what we heard was they were hunter-gatherers. We heard and read about maize, corn, and the Pilgrims, and this thing called Thanksgiving. But a lot of the things that you did not hear is there's a reason for it. It's because it's a black eye on the United States of America, and they don't want to speak of it because it hurts. So there's a lot of people that refer to themselves as indigenous people if they're Native American. Some people don't use Native American. They'll say, no, I'm indigenous. But some people also say I'm First Nations. There's a lot of tribal names. Some of the nations want to be called by their tribal nations that they speak of. And so the Crow are actually not Crow, they're Abzalaga, children of the long-beaked bird. That's the translation, but it was mistranslated into Crow. There's a reason why there's confusion. There's 575 federally recognized tribes in the United States of America. 575 recognized tribes. 326 of those are reservations. What is a reservation? They're considered nations within this nation. So imagine 575 nations inside of this nation. There's a reason why there's a confusion. They don't all speak the same language. They don't all have the same culture. Many of them have different tribal practices that are unique to that nation. So imagine there's 196 countries in the entire world, and it's already confusing to try to figure out the cultures and the differences and the languages. 575 is what we're dealing with here just in the United States of America. There is some confusion. We went through a period, it was called the Annihilation period for Native Americans. We have to do away with the savage. Within the federal laws, that's the title was the savage. We must remove the savage because there's land that needs to be taken. And so there was the big land grab. And so who was in the way? The savages, the indigenous. And so as they were plowing through and just getting as much land as they could, the Annihilation period started, the Indian Wars. Many people thought this is not right. So they started fighting against it. We need to do something about this. So they went to an assimilation period. Let's blend them in. Let's teach them our ways. Let's teach them our culture. We're confused. You learn one language and you go just a few hundred miles, there's a whole new language. It's too slow. We can't learn every language along the way. We must go. So let's assimilate them. Let's bring them in. And so there was more war. There was more fighting. They said, well, like a good game plan, like a good church game plan, who do we target? Who do we go after? The youth. So then began the boarding schools. The boarding schools, we took them in and we tried to teach them our ways because our ways was going to help them prosper. They said, kill the Indian to save the man. And hopefully that person could then continue on, but under our cultural values. Some people said that wasn't right. And I don't have enough time to let you know how much trauma came from the boarding schools, how much trauma came from the Annihilation period. So what do we have today? We have reservations. And reservations is another word for segregation. We're just segregated right now. We're put aside, govern yourselves, take care of yourselves, you're a sovereign nation. But you're not truly a sovereign nation because everything is under our rule still. So that's where we're at today. Anything that was done on the reservations was done through treaty. Why? Because treaties was done from nation to nation basis. The only time the U.S. government did treaty was with another nation overseas or another nation somewhere else. That's when they did treaties. All the laws that govern the relationship between the two nations and the 575 recognized tribes in those nations is through treaties. So it's confusing. So I'm with you. It's very confusing. It's so hard. So what do we do? So when we're trying to unify the body of Christ to go and help the vulnerable on the reservations, it's confusing. It's hard to pass through. There's so many cultural barriers. There's so many historical traumas. There's so much problem that we have just trying to reach. There's so much mistrust. There's a wall of mistrust that is so thick and so tall. How do we breach that? In love, to bring the gospel of Jesus, who is the solution to the world. The wall is thick. I was the recipient of many, many missionary teams that came to the reservations. We love our missionaries because we sense their love. We sense why they're coming. We sense that they're trying to help. We sense that. So we love our missionaries. We actually like to watch our missionaries do and receive what they came for. Many times they would build something, they would clean something, they would drop off some clothes, and sometimes the clothes were not used. They would drop off school supplies, backpacks. They would bring a lot of stuff to the reservation because they thought if we can help in these areas, it would alleviate some of the stresses and the pains and the traumas. We love our missionaries. We don't say not to come. They're handing out free stuff. A church asked me that lived near a reservation one time, they asked me, how do we connect with our natives? It's so hard to connect with our native brothers and sisters. We have some that come to church, they come and then they go. But all of our programs, everything that we do that can help them, they're vulnerable. We can help them with our programs. Why are they not showing up to our parenting classes? Why are they not showing up to our financial classes? Why would they not show up to these? So they asked me, they said, we don't understand, help us. And so I said, if you can value them on the same level you value anybody else that you're going to hire, that you're going to bring on stage, that you're going to do these things with, you got to see them that way. Because reaching down to them to help them this way doesn't feel good when you're on that end. I was on that end. But if you can see them eye to eye, like right here, eye to eye, to say, I see the value that you have, and I need that. I need that from you. A lot of times we're trying to give. I give, and I don't want nothing from you. I don't want nothing back. That lets you know I have pretty much everything I need. You have nothing to give me. You have nothing to help me with. But I do. I can help you. So I told him this, and I said, hire one of them. Put them on the stage. Put them on the big screen. Let them worship. Let them lead worship. Let them preach from your pulpit. The most sacred place that you put your best, let them join on that. You got to see their value. Boom, the light bulb went off. That church hired a Native American. Their church started just blowing up. Natives came from all over the place. They started putting them on stage. They started leading worship. They started putting them on the big screens for announcements. And all of a sudden, that person sitting there who was Native American says, they value us here because they're in the best positions. They're given their gift. And it changed everything for that community in that church. Imagine going into someone's house. You go into someone's house, and all you see is what's broken. Someone invited you over, and you go in and you say, man, there's cobwebs in the corner. There's dirt everywhere here. Your bathrooms are filthy. You guys, the food that you're serving, what is going on here? Imagine going into someone's house and talking to them that way. And saying, not just talking to them and saying, well, it's all broken, but saying, I'm going to fix it. And then you come back and you fix it all and you clean it all. And then you're like, man, you don't have enough money here, so I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to do that for you. All in front of their kids. So the adults that are there who are trying the best they can have taken a step back. It is a deep honor-shame culture. It's a deep honor-shame culture. And that shame has just hit them. And they step back and let you do it in front of their kids. And the kids realize, mom and dad aren't providing, someone else needs to provide. So where's the solution? They look external. They're always looking external. What we do with One Heart Warriors is we let them know that you can stand on any stage in the world, you can be at any level, but you got to believe in yourself that God has planted in you his image and his likeness. It's the solution to all cultures, not that we can help you because we have it all, but we need each other. And when you look to a vulnerable or Native American or anybody who we tend to want to help this way, call them up and look them face to face and eye to eye to say, I see you and I need your gift. We need you. It's not you needing us. We need you here. And that's how you unify churches to come together. And that's how you bring those who are vulnerable to a place where they can be a part of the solution. You can feed a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. But I would submit to you, help us own the land and own the pond so we can help you feed the world. It's a small shift, but any missionary that comes, which are invited, with that mentality, you can truly change the world. Someone told me I could help and change the world. I believed it, and I hope you do too. Thank you.